Estás escuchando The Bad Guy Show.
Hell yeah, you know what it is. D'shon El Villano live, Dagr8fm Latino.com. It's the Bad Guy Show. Coming at ya with a special guest in the house, the homie Orion. How you doing today, big dog?
What they do, man. Thank you for having me, bro.
Yo, thank you very much for coming through. You know, as a you know, like being part of like the movement and everything, being in the movement. There's not, I don't know. There's just so much that you can say about it, but the fact is that you've been part of this movement. You know what I'm saying? You've been doing your thing for a little bit. Tell us a little bit about you, big dog. How did you start in the music?
Well, basically, yeah, like you said, I've been at it for like a couple of decades now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? In the scene
My
down
bad,
here.
speak
and
it to
everything.
the mic, there.
Yeah, my bad, bro. So yeah, been at it for a minute. Basically got into it, you know, emceeing. You know, I did graffiti early on, you know, but it wasn't like I was doing graffiti because like I want to be part of hip hop. I was just doing
You just
graffiti.
loved it,
you know what I'm saying? It was just,
What time frame was that? What year
that
was
was the 90s, bro. So like
Wow.
92 to like 99 is possibly when I kind of like started leaving it behind, you know?
Okay.
And I was getting into more emceeing and freestyling and shit like that, but I wasn't doing like talent shows or open mics, nothing like that. It was mostly just freestyling and ciphers or whatnot. And I wanted to get into producing and making beats, so I went to Full Sail, graduated from there for recording engineering, and just got into that, you know. But I like quickly realized that I didn't want to just be behind the boards, you know, just engineering for other cats.
Because you also make beats.
Cause yeah,
And you
so,
rap, and so
yeah.
and
And then
you
the
started-
rapping just took like it just went to the forefront. Like I was just writing like every day. I wanted to get really nasty. So
You graduated Full Sail in Orlando,
yeah, in 2002.
2002.
Yeah.
What was it like in Miami at that time for MCs, people trying to get up? Like, was it anything similar to now? Was it sparse? What's your opinion on that?
Well, when I was in high school, I just like my crew was a bunch of degenerates and shit, dog. So like, I wasn't like we weren't doing anything productive with our time, bro. We weren't fucking recording. We weren't doing anything like that. We were just
Goddamn.
getting fucked up, trying to get bitches, and that's it.
What high school you went to?
I went to Pace. Actually, I had my 20-year high school reunion yesterday.
Oh, damn.
I feel old.
Wow.
I feel
Congratulations.
old. It's-
Damn.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I feel you. I graduated 98 from Braddock.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, like Miami is a chaotic city
It is.
that you could get wrapped up in the nightlife very fast and wrapped up in all the bullshit very quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
When I went to Orlando for Full Sail, I you know what I'm
Calm
saying?
down a
I
little bit?
explored the hip hop scene there.
Okay.
And it blew me the fuck away, bro.
Really?
Because cats out there, well, I mean, I say this story a lot, but like cats out there was really motivated. I met dudes that were in high school that were going to dude's house to record.
Wow.
And I was just like, this is different. Like, this is what you're doing on your off time. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
crazy, you know? There was a level of focus there that dudes had.
That you didn't have.
That I did not have.
Yeah.
And I thought it was nice. You know, because everybody thinks they're nice when they start freestyling and
For
shit.
sure, for sure.
And I thought it was nice, but I got my ass handed to me in battles. Like,
Really?
yeah. It was great. It was great. A lot of the dope MCs from there: Johnny Storms, Mad Ills, Midas the Beast, Murdoch from Vets of Kin, and the list goes on. They got a lot of talent out there. So
Yeah.
when I came back, I came back to Miami with a purpose, bro.
You came
And I
motivated.
came motivated as
Yeah.
fuck, and that's why I was saying I was writing every day, and I was like ciphering every day, freestyling every day, and there I was attacking the open mics. So that 2002 to 2005 era of like my come up
Yeah.
was getting to know the scene down here for real.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was still doing my, you know, my fucking shit of
Yeah.
trying to get bitches and fucking getting fucked up and, you
Now
know.
you had a purpose.
But I had a purpose too where like my time was now like, all right, it's Saturday. I know I could go out to the club and
Yeah.
try to, you know, get me some honey for the night. But you know what? I'm gonna go to this open mic.
That's
And then
what's
after
up.
that,
That's
I'm
what's up.
gonna link up with this other cat who makes beats and we gonna record.
Yeah,
You know, and
yeah.
that's really how I got to know the scene. You
Right.
know, and immediately I started figuring out like, damn, you know, all my old school tapes. You know what I'm saying? That I used to record off
Yeah.
like underground stations in the 90s when I was a jit and I couldn't get out of the crib and I was 13. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing that shit. Had gems that were local gems.
Oh, really?
So I started figuring out like, this is this cat.
Yeah.
And then I'll end up meeting him in the scene because you know how it is. Like everybody's connected, and just chopping it up with cats that came before me, and just to what I'm saying, learn. You know what I'm saying?
Was there any MC in particular that kind of like took you under his wing, that kind of showed you the ropes, or was it like a?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
So Infinite, aka Sweet Jesus,
right,
is the dude that I met. He was hosting an open mic.
I heard a freestyle, a 1995 freestyle that you put up on your YouTube page.
Tape.
Infinite,
yeah, man. Shout out to Inf.
Yeah,
that shit is fire, right?
That shit is fire. For that era.
Yeah.
Wow, that shit was spitting.
And shout out to DJ Ben Hop. He made that beat.
Dope.
You know what I mean? But yeah, Infinite, I met him at an open mic that he was hosting, and he was fucking destroying everybody.
Yeah.
He's like the host that is also a performer and just outshining everybody, like that guy.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget this.
That's
I was with my homie Roger. At the time, I was 20.
Okay.
And my dude Roger, he's like an older dude, lived on the beach. He's like in his 30s at that point. Yeah. He had this little hot honey that he was dating at the time that lived on the beach too.
Okay.
And then she brought her friend, and this girl was like 25, 26. Now I'm in 20, I'm looking like I'm 16. You know what I mean? I've always had a baby face. So she wasn't giving me no play, bro. And this was the second night we had chilled, because the first night, nigga, I aimed for the fences, dog, and I was not getting anything.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she shut me down, but the thing with me, dude, like, yo, it's brass balls. It's brass balls for a reason, though. I'm not one of these dudes that gets shut down and is you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, she was even like, she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's just not, when bitches shut you down. And I was just like, yo, it's all good. We can keep smoking weed and chilling. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And she was like, so like, oh damn, like this, he's not blowing a gasket or losing control of himself. That's pretty much
what girls expect after you.
After they get your ego bruised and all. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Fuck it, let's just keep chilling. Nice. So the second night we chill, this dude's wrecking it, and I'm nervous as fuck, dog, because I'm just like, yo, man, like, I gotta do my thing. I went up there, I did my shit. My shit was aight, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna front like I didn't kill it. I did aight. But Inf is an energetic ass motherfucker, bro. And when we, after the poetry stuff was done, DJ started playing music. Everybody's like shaking hands and networking and doing that sort of shit. And he comes up to me while she's with me, and he's just like, yo, he's like, you got it. You got it. You're the one. Like, some Neo, like Lawrence Fishburne Neo shit. It was crazy.
And in front of the chick.
Yeah, dude. So I banged that shit out.
Yeah, shit. So Inf helped you out. Big time.
I was like, yo, what's your number? And ever since then, we've been real tight, and he's showed me a lot, like giving me a lot of pointers on the live performance aspect.
Right.
But it's like, for me, I have like 5 MCs that really were part of my quest, my path. Infinite is definitely one.
Yeah.
In Orlando, it was Midas the Beast. That's the one that made me realize I gotta take this pen serious. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And put that fire under me. Inf put the performer fire under me. And my dog NFA put the recorder fire under me. Because he was like, I met NFA when he was like 14, and he was recording in his crib. And I helped him put some of the shit together. Yeah. But what he was doing with it was like, I'm like, yo, this kid's phenomenal. You know what I'm saying?
As an engineer, as an MC?
Engineering himself, but just MCing and his presence on a track was from the gate. And it made me realize like what I need to do when I record. You know what I'm saying? Not that I copied from him.
No, but
like
you're
that. It's just it's the
yeah.
influence of it. And then One Take, the dude that made the beats for Domestic Animals Attack.
Right.
Was my mentor when it came to beats.
Nice.
Because I was making beats after Full Sail and everything, but they just weren't hitting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I met One Take, me and him started chopping it up and shit, and he started showing me how he makes his beats and everything, and really taught me a lot, man. Really took my production a step up.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
From just
Absolutely.
being around him and
being around him, learning his techniques.
Yeah.
I would feed him information of what I learned in Full Sail, and he would apply it. So we learned off each other a lot.
That's dope.
But he was miles ahead of me when it came to his beats. When I met him in like 04 and shit.
Let me ask you this: like, do you the experience that you had like with those MCs and with the different people in your career? Do you see that happen? That how can I make this question better? Is that something that you see nowadays happen? Or do you see kind of like more of like the like people who just rather just do it solo and
I feel where you're going there, and I agree because the advent of the home studio really took hold when the M-Box became what it was.
Yeah.
I remember having conversations about we're gonna get this M-Box, and it was a game changer for a lot of people. And that was in 04, 05, and fast forward to where we're at now. Bro, the shit you could do at your home and on your own.
It's
so I think there is something that's lost there. People not getting together and collaborating like that because they don't need each other as much.
Right, but do you think it's because of, let's say, technology, or because nowadays there's more egos?
Could be a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think the egos has always been there, but I think when I think the technology is the biggest thing because you don't need anybody else.
All right.
Or that's what you think.
Right. Yeah.
But you really do need somebody.
Of course.
Else. Everybody needs an extra pair of ears and stuff.
A team. Period.
Yeah.
Like anybody.
But I think the great artists figure that out quickly.
Okay.
And don't rely. Obviously, you got your Kanye West with the mega maniacal ego and shit, and those people exist. But even he
has a
knows
great team.
The great ones know you need other people there.
Yeah. He keeps fucking what's his name off the clips with him at all times.
Pusha T.
Pusha T. That dude's a hell of a MC, man. Hell of pimp. Growing up as a youth listening to hip hop, who's your favorites? Who do you think influenced you the most?
Bro, you wearing the shirt right now, man.
Wu-Tang?
It's all Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang again? Oh,
you know what's funny, dog? That you said you have a couple lines in your daily news song that comes off a little Capadonna-ish. I was like, oh, this is dope. I like this. I like this. Yeah, that was actually your rhyme scheme. Is very dope, and it's very reminiscent of that. So I like it. I'm telling you, like I'm a huge fan of the culture. I'm a student of the culture, and I like to analyze rappers, and I like to analyze rap. I like to listen to rap. You know what I mean?
What's crazy? Everybody talks Bad Boy, Death Row. For me, it was always Loud Records, bro. It was always Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang, Exhibit, the Licks.
To be honest with you, like you said Exhibit, like I'm more. I like more West Coast shit.
Okay.
So yeah, the Licks, King T, Exhibit, Razzcast, all those dudes that I used to love, listening to, because I love the wordplay. Not that the East Coast didn't have wordplay, but yeah, I mean, look, Loud had Big Pun, had Mobb Deep, Dead Press. So I love it all, but like. My preference has always been West Coast music for some reason.
I love West Coast music, bro. So I feel you. Like, West Coast for me, like, I didn't get into, like, West Coast shit really, really hard until, like, my senior year.
Okay.
Because before that, I liked it, but I was such a woo head. I was such a, like, East Coast dude that, like, I just wasn't fucking with it like that. But I guess, all my East Coast shit started getting played out to me.
Right.
So, like, when I was a senior, it was just, like, Tupac, Snoop, just revisiting all that, because by that point, 2000, Dre 2001 was already out, but maybe that was also a factor in making me go back
to listen to
the old shit, and then I got into like a heavy West Coast phase. It was just like everything West Coast for a minute.
I love the West Coast, and what's funny is that like people like Ice Cube, when he went and did his own thing, like he got the Bomb Squad, and they're from New York. You know what I'm saying? So he had like a New York sound with a West Coast flavor in it, and it was like it was dope. It was very dope, and I think that like those albums like The Predator, which other one?
You know what pissed me off about the Predator?
What?
Dude, Check Yourself. They didn't put the Check Yourself remix
Yeah, the
on it,
remix
bro.
on it, bro.
The original is cool,
But
I like that remix so much
But
more.
supposedly the remix, the reason that it didn't go into the album is that the remix came about when the album was already kind of like finalized. So they didn't. That's supposedly some some stuff that I heard in the background.
But that's
yeah,
the one.
Check
That's the
Yourself is- I
one
love
flaw.
that.
That's the one flaw of that
Yeah,
album for me is that it doesn't have
Death
Check Yourself.
Certificate. Those are great albums by Cube.
I like those. I like Lethal Injection more than America's Nightmare.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can sit down here and talk about Cube all day because I freaking love that man's discography. All thanks to my brother. My brother was the one who got me into hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister a little bit, but my brother more so. And I remember like being maybe 8 or 9, and my brother having a CD collection, and he had shit from CNC Music Factory down to like NWA. You know what I mean? So we heard he heard a lot of hip hop, right? A lot of rap shit. And in the 90s, the beginning, mid 90s, it was still like Technotronic was considered, rap music kind of, because it was like, even though it's house music or dance or techno, whatever you want to. But
I got lost in a YouTube wormhole one day and I found the girl from Technotronic. I was like, what happened? What happened?
What is going on with her?
She's off in another country. Damn, I can't remember what country it was, but she's good. She's got
she's from like the UK, isn't she?
Yeah. She's got a a YouTube channel.
Really?
That I started. I'm like, I'm kind of interested in
cool.
her story.
That's
cool.
how
it is with
those people were super popular. Like everywhere in
I
the world,
remember.
that song was a number one. What as a kid, what kind of music did you gravitate towards? Was it always hip hop, or did you have like a rock phase? Did you anything else?
Yeah, I had a rock phase.
Yeah.
My brother and my cousin, they're older, and my cousin's a guitarist, so I had a heavy rock phase. I loved Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Nirvana. That whole grunge era was my shit.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like fucking aggressive. I had a lot of fucking issues at home, bro. You know what I mean? So, the 90s era of music was perfect for like pissed off kids and shit.
Actually,
you know what I mean? Kids going through shit.
Actually, yes.
And it was that, but my brother was one of the people that introduced me to hip hop, I would have to say. Because you remember when housing was not house music, but the dance of housing. I used to house.
Jungle Brothers. Used to
Yeah,
have that song that,
Girl, I house you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the whole thing. Remember buying the fucking shoes with the iron tips in the front?
Yes,
I was all about that.
I
I was going to Payless getting those shits.
Yeah, I did that too, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy,
my earliest memory of housing, which is really just up rocking, was Choice Is Yours, from Black Sheep.
Dope.
That's one of my earliest fond memories of me doing it.
I used to love that era of hip hop is so dope.
Yeah.
Man. Black Sheep, you brought me back, brother.
Bass music, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
My brother, when he had his whip, he had a system.
Yeah.
So that's the first time I remember jamming to a Bass Patrol cassette.
Yeah.
DJ Magic Mike.
Yeah, all that ATL stuff.
Yeah. Which a lot of people don't realize, like, if you go back to the DJ Magic Mike shit, the dude's from Orlando. There was an MC that was down with him named MC Madness that's from Carroll City.
Oh, really?
Yo, he passed away a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
I don't know how long exactly, maybe 2009, but Madness was dope, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Go into look up DJ Magic Mike on Spotify.
I'm gonna check
and you
that
can
out.
find the shit that they had together. They had a song called Dynamic Duo.
Okay.
That was my shit as a jit riding in my brother's car.
Yeah,
because bro, that shit is like, what's so dope about it is that he's killing it. Like lyrically, he's dropping it on a beat that's 120 BPM.
Yeah.
The bass is knocking.
Supposed to be
and Magic Mike cuts, bro. Cuts. I mean, I think he was a DMC champ. I may be wrong, but yeah, man. Like going back to like his catalog and being like, damn, this dude was really like on some Big Daddy Kane shit.
What's the name of that MC again?
MC Madness.
MC Madness. I'm gonna peep that.
So look up the early DJ Magic Mike shit, and the MC that he typically has with him is Madness. And I got into another YouTube wormhole that I was like, damn, they dissed each other like in '94. I didn't know that, and I was like looking at what started the beef. So you know that shit is always funny to get into, man. But
your stomping grounds is Hialeah, right?
yeah, absolutely. Hialeah homegrown, born and raised.
Now that you mentioned beef, which is not really a beef, but a while back,
I know where this is going.
H2O and them had that little Kendall versus Hialeah thing.
That shit, I was.
Why did people get into this? This is what if it's supposed to be for fun,
Which it was.
It was.
But
why were people getting into their feelings?
Man,
What was going on, man? Why?
Yo, let me tell you, I was not one of them. I never got into my feelings on that shit. You know, let the record be clear. And I never got into my feelings with that shit, man. That shit was all fun for me, man. And I hollered at H like, yo, you know, all this versus stuff is happening and shit. I'm like, let's do a battle of the hoods. I wanted to keep it going. I wanted to do a Little Havana versus Little Haiti.
That's dope.
South Miami versus North Miami. I wanted to do that shit. But bro, I've been mad busy, family and music and all this
projects,
stuff. Kendall versus Hialeah was perfect because H is my brother.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yo, we'll keep it all love. You play tracks from and yo, he was cocky.
He was
on the phone. He was just like, yo, you sure, B? And I'm like, yo, B, listen. I know a lot of Hialeah MCs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know I've already mapped this out in my head.
Oh my god.
And you're my opponent, dog. I already know what you're gonna play.
Oh my
like,
god.
yo, it's straight up. I was playing chess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
that's so dope, bro.
Yeah, and so, but he what created all the stir up, which was actually good because it gave it more promotion than I could have dreamed of, was that H was just like, yo, I say we start dissing each other on IG Live, and I'm just like, nigga, you sure? Because you know what I mean?
That's what got me to, because I saw it was going on, but I wasn't like paying too much attention to it. And then On the Wicked, you know, On the Wicked.
He put you on to it.
Well, he actually put me on to H.
Okay.
To the whole
and the WBCC Psych Flag, shout out.
Yeah, shout out. And then I was like, because I usually work on the Thursdays and Tuesdays in the evening, but Al tells me, yo, brother, do you know that Kendall and Hialeah going at it? And I'm like, what? Let me peep this shit out. And then I saw those. And I was like, okay, let's see what's going on here.
I think what, you know what I mean? We were going back and forth and shit, and cats were, you know, jumping in. And for a minute, dog, it was, I mean, anybody that really watched that shit and kept up with it will tell you, dog, like, it was just me from Hialeah, like, for a long time. And then, you know, my dudes started coming up, you know,
nice.
Charles Fast,
Okay.
Caveman Bless, Divine Don Julio, LMS, and of course Art Morera. That's where I think dudes started getting like shit personal, because Art took it to another level, bro. Like everybody was just doing like IG live shit, like yo, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I was even reading some of my rhymes some of the times. You know, like you could see me like reading it, because I was just like, whatever, this is some IG shit. But Art like came out with an official track. Video, all that, and it was spiraling, bro. When he did that shit, yo, it started spiraling out of control, bro. To the point where, like, after he dropped video number 3,
damn,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it was and we were in communications, me, H, Shoddy, because it was all we had this SFMG thing that we were doing it under that umbrella. And we're coming in, we're like, well, I don't know where this is going. And they're like, no, man, talk to Art. I'm just like, he's gone rogue. He's gone rogue. I can't control him. So like, I did a newscast to just add levity to the situation. And so I did like a newscast because I felt, man, the tension. Yo, that week the tension was like getting hot, dude. And I was like calming egos down and brides and shit.
I had Shoddy here and H here, and I was like, yo, so what happened? He was like, oh, you know, man, niggas get into their feelings, you know. Oh my god, it was good. I like it. So just for that, just to cover this, just to round it out. Hialeah won that shit.
Yo, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Hialeah took
Thank
it.
you. Hey.
Okay, Hialeah took it. Hands down.
From your mouth to God's ear.
You know, it's a very cool network that has popped up, so to speak. You know, with WBCC, Jax doing 35.
Word,
and Ohead Ed doing Bruce Beats and Eats. Everything that you're doing, a lot of people are doing stuff, and I feel that like right now there's more of a movement per se. a more tangible movement than, you know,
The
4 or
years
5
past,
years ago.
yeah,
You know?
years past, yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about that growth that Miami movement has had?
Well, first I forgot to mention Jax, bro. And
Yeah.
Jax is somebody that came in,
That Jax
you know,
is my
repping
brother.
Hialeah to the
That's-
fullest.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
And what he's doing with Dirty Five is dope. And I think it's beautiful, bro. I think everything going on, everybody, you know what I'm saying, working. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just shouting out each other.
Right.
Showing that love goes a long way,
It
man.
does, it
So,
does.
like, big respect to everybody in every hood. You know what I'm saying? Kendall, Hialeah, fucking.
Shout out to all you guys.
Yeah, North Miami, Liberty City. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that really puts it down and is willing to also show love to the next man. You know?
And that's one of the reasons that I do this show, because I think it's important for like, there has to be some kind of like, I don't want to say example, but there has to be that unity, right? And sometimes, well, my experience, you know, 4, 5, 10 years ago, there wasn't a lot of unity. And to be honest with you, the technology wasn't there where, you know, H can do a show on Twitch, I can do a show on here. You know what I mean? So the technology wasn't there. I'm sure a lot of people were trying to do it, because I've heard of pirate radios going on for a long time, you know what I'm saying? But there wasn't that kind of like focus on, okay, you know, let's collab. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk.
Let's collab beyond just doing a track.
Right.
There's different ways we can collab and do stuff.
Yes.
And I think part of the reason, obviously the variable there is that the technology is a big,
correct,
but another variable and what kept our scene from truly getting unified is that Miami, Dade County, Broward were very spread out. Everything is very spread out, and we got 100 things going on.
Yeah.
So you know, a dude will have 5 dudes will have 5 different open mics on the same Friday night.
And it happens now.
And then there's only 10 people at each one. Why do you think?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're spreading it too much.
Right.
So that's what I think it was back in the days, is spreading ourselves too thin, you know? And I remember definitely going to a lot of shows that, you know, sometimes it was packed.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it was dead. And the constant conversation of like, niggas here don't support, dog. Motherfuckers don't support, dog. This fucked up, dog. Motherfuckers don't support. I go to everybody's show. No. This is like, you know, dudes that put on shows.
Yeah.
Which I've been there, dog. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of times it's because of that. It's because the scene was so spread and so many things going on, and because we didn't have all this technology you speak of, we had to rely on going out to an actual spot to get together with cats, to hear music, to perform our own music, you know what I'm saying?
To discover.
Exactly, And
now you can just, you know, open up IG and boom, you know.
Yeah, and I'm not even mentioning the other distractions of Miami. You know what I'm saying?
Ass and titties.
Ass and titties. and there you go. The niggas gonna pick ass and titties over your open mic any day, or your whatever shit you got going on.
I want to play a couple of your tracks.
Word.
And then I want to come in to talk about. I'll talk to you about your music, about your projects and what you're doing right now. But let's get into this. I got a Play for Keeps here. So right, PLY for KPS, right? It's,
I tried to be hip.
This is you got Abstracto El Abstracto doing some cuts on this.
Yeah, dope DJ.
You did the production on this?
No, all the production on this album is one take. Okay. So one take did all the production on this.
Very
dope.
What I'm saying? Okay, so let's get into Play for Keeps. I'm chilling here with Orion's The Bad Guy Show, D'shon El Villano, live from Dagr8fm Latino.com. You know how we do this. Ya tú sabes, let's go.
Estás escuchando The Bad Guy Show.
Sometimes it's good to run into an MC, like in the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, because when an MC tells you like, "Yo, you ripped it," it means a little bit more than the average listener. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something about. I feel you. It's like when you're just rapping just for rappers, it becomes like, fuck, man, it's daunting. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
a little
It's
bit.
like, but you know, when you got a mixture of people in there,
Yeah.
and every so often, and somebody that you know MCs is like sees you and is just like, yo,
Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool.
It makes it just a little bit extra worth it.
Yeah, it does. But it's always good. Like I was in a band for 3-4 years called The Elastic Bomb.
I was checking them out. What did you do for them? Were you singing?
I was an MC.
Okay.
I had
you do all the raps.
rap
Yep.
and shit.
Yep.
Which the dude Andres Ponce, shout out to Andres. His beat, he was always crafting beats. You know what I'm saying? Like trip hop type stuff, and hip hop was in there. You know what I mean? So it was easy to get on his beats and shit. So we released one album together, Excursion.
Okay.
But I rocked with them for like 3-4 years, bro. And like the crowds that would come, it was like the first time that I was doing shows on a regular that wasn't for a room full of rappers.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up.
So that was dope. And it did get to like after like a year, I was just like, yo, this is fucking crazy. It's like most of the time I never run into another MC at these gigs.
Yeah.
You know? And then what was dope about them was that like I would just get on a track and spit 2 verses and that's it.
Right.
And this was the era of the 3 verses. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Sophie Encanto, who's their vocalist, would add that like Sade presence, you know what I'm saying, on the track and shit. So it was dope. And then there was a bunch of like it's the jam band era, like we're in that 2004, 2005, 2006, 2009 era of
when Tobacco Road was doing
if you wanted to go to a live show, those dope hip hop shows, but the jam band scene,
right?
Spam All Stars, Suénalo, Artificial,
Oski Foundation. That's my nigga.
You know?
He played with us last night. The last night I did a set.
That's my dude too.
He was a conguero of my set. That dude is, bro. I got so much love. Big shout out to DJ Oski.
Shout out to Oski.
That man since day one has been in my corner. Since he met me, he was like, "Yo, we rocking." That man, like, I'm so fortunate to have Oski as a friend. It's crazy, you know. I always tell this to the people who come here, like. Because one way or another, we didn't know each other, but we know so many people that know each other. I love that shit. It's such a great feeling. We're back live, the Great FM Latino, the Bad Guy Show. D'shon El Villano, he's sitting with Orion. We chopping it up. What are you doing right now? What are your projects going on right? Tell me a little bit about what you're doing.
Well, right now it's Domestic Animals Attack. I got vinyl. It's limited edition. It's the first project I put out on vinyl. So dope. It was like dope to finally do that. It's been a dream to do it.
Very cool.
So my focus is mainly on that. You know, probably do some shows and stuff and get out there again just to promote the album and shit.
Very cool. I love the artwork. The artwork is so detailed, man. It's really cool, man.
But I'm always cooking up too, bro. So I'm always recording. You know what I'm saying? Because you always got to keep that inventory. You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays, it's all about content, and you constantly got to be hitting up people with content. So it's just like, you know. But I don't want to just do tracks. You know what I mean? Just to have shit. So like once a week, my rate right now is about once a week I do 2 or 3 songs.
That's pretty good.
Something like that.
That's pretty
good. You know
good.
what I'm saying?
But as far as putting them out,
not putting them out.
You just do them.
So I get a little Dr. Dre-ish with my shit. Like as far as the annoying part of Dr. Dre.
Right. The perfectionism. Yeah.
Come on, put it out.
Yeah.
I be getting in that zone sometimes, but like I typically put out like a project a year. It's kind of like what I like to do.
So Domestic Animal Attack. What's the inspiration or the mindset behind this album?
So it's like it's kind of a metaphor. You know what I'm saying? We are the animals. You know what I'm saying? And we're fully capable of attacking each other.
Okay.
For the most fucking animalistic shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a little bit of that, and then it's a little bit of like. A caution, of like, yo, be careful, you know what I mean? Don't get too comfortable around a fucking chimpanzee, you know what I mean? He's not fully domesticated.
Gonna bite your face off.
So, like, it's a little bit of that as well.
That's
so
cool.
It's like, a double meaning to it and shit. Even the cover with, like, the dog, it's because, like, 2020 is year, actually, 2020 is Year of the Rat, which that's why I got the rats in the background.
Okay.
And then Year of the Dog is 82. That's when I was born.
Those you were born.
So the whole concept of it too is like I am.
It's
that
deep.
is my hand,
It's
and
deep.
I am the dog. You know what I'm saying?
That's your hand. That's very cool. That's very interesting.
Something like that. Yeah.
And you said the whole album is produced by
One take.
Is he from Miami?
He's from Brooklyn.
Okay.
You know, but he stayed out here for like a year at one point, and then he's been living out here like possibly 4 years, 5 years. I don't know.
Okay.
But
very dope. Very dope.
That's why it's got like that vibe too. And I didn't A&R this project. You know what I'm saying? Like,
meaning,
you know, as an MC, you play your own A&R most of the time.
Of course.
And all my projects, Hunting Season, Esperanza, Balls to the Wall, like, you know, producer hat, engineer hat, and all this other shit. I had dudes that helped me shout out to Tony Suarez, Artificial Memory. But those projects, it was like very much me. Yo, I want this track, this beat. You know?
Okay.
This one, I was just like, yo, I've known this dude for so long, so I don't want to get in those like beat sessions of like 500 beats later. I'm like, yo, what about number 5? You can't find it. So with this project, I was just like, yo, if he showed me a beat that he thinks I should get on, I'm gonna just get on it.
Yeah. You just put yourself in his hands like that.
Yeah, I was comfortable with doing that.
That's cool.
His production is dope.
Yeah, you got, bro, very, very dope. Any collabs you have for the album?
The only collab on it is One Takes on one particular track.
Okay.
3 of a Kind.
All right.
And then Dubs XL from Hialeah.
Okay.
He's on that same joint too.
That's what's up. That's
the only feature we got on it.
Okay. And everything else is you spitting, going for dolo.
Yeah. If there was anybody I wish I could have had on this album, is Sean P.
Wow.
Sean P is definitely somebody I would have loved to have on this album.
Oh, so I take it that you're a boot camp click fanatic.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
Sean Price,
raised on
rest in peace.
Yeah.
You know, it's really weird because now that you mentioned just Sean P is I guess it's because we're older now, and but it's kind of weird to see, you know, like rappers like die. Rappers who I was a fan of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's this weird thing, you know what I mean, where you know, you're as a youth, you're not really, you know, people die all the time, right? So you're not really, you know, but now that we're older, it's kind of like, oh shit, my favorite rappers are dying. No. When Guru passed, man, I was so hurt, bro. You know, I got
in 2010, right?
Yeah, I got to spend time with him. You know,
word?
Yeah, I was living out in Mexico. He came out to Mexico. He did a show out there, and just by, you know, luck, I got to meet him, and we actually took him to the pyramids out there, and we spent the whole afternoon.
Oh, yeah?
Him and Solar, yeah.
I heard he drinks, bro.
He actually doesn't drink anymore like that.
He wasn't drinking anymore.
No. He stopped. He had stopped for some health reasons. Actually, he mentioned. But yeah, he got into some stories. He got into some stories about his drinking back in the day.
Bro, he got a track with Red Eyes. You know MC Red Eyes?
No.
From down here, he's from Little Haiti.
Oh, really?
Red Eyes. He's part of Zopound, the rap group Zopound. He was part of that group, and he got a track with Guru. Yeah,
Bro, Guru, one of the greats.
So those like some stories of like, you know, not that particular studio session, but other studio sessions Guru was making his rounds at while he was in Miami and shit.
Okay.
Yeah. It was always like, yo, Guru's wild, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I don't know what era of this life of his life it was, but it was like, yo, he's wild, bro.
Well, you know, he came from a rough place, and it's just like, it's kind of weird to see, you know, you're kind of like people who you admire and stuff pass, but I guess it's just life. Going back to your projects, I saw your video for Daily News. I like that shit. That shit is very dope. I love the concept. You're like an anchor, a news anchor, and you're out there, you know. Yeah, you're out there in the golf cart and shit. Where did you guys film that?
Bro, we filmed that like, yo, this album was like written, completely recorded by 2018, bro.
Really?
Yeah, it was done. It was just needed to get final mixes.
It took you 2 years to finalize that shit.
Yeah.
Because you put it out last year, right?
Yeah, I put it out 2020.
Wow, bro.
We did. It was some of the delay was also like, it was just us too. You know what I'm saying? Getting caught up with shit.
Dr. Drain it.
To a certain extent, but not really.
No, we gotta change that snare.
I was working on 2 other albums as I was working on this one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and that's what was creating some of the delays too.
Okay.
But for the most part, the album was recorded, and then my boy was in town, and my boy Movie Mike, shout out. He was the vision behind that shit.
Okay.
I mean, we both were. We definitely collaborated that day. But
got the red suit and everything,
man,
dude.
I was just like, he did Highly Homegrown.
Oh, okay.
He was one of the dudes that did Highly Homegrown.
Oh, dope.
That video. So I knew I was in good hands with him, and we did. I have a track, Massacre Part 5. He did that video too.
Okay,
so
very
I knew,
dope.
Like he was just, yo, I'm gonna be in town. For 2 days. Let's shoot a video.
Nice.
Like,
That's what's up, man. It pays. It pays to have. I guess pays is not the best word, but it's cool to have friends like that. You know,
that
acquaintances.
That day,
brothers in arms.
I was just like, yo, we're gonna do this Ron Burgundy, parody.
Yeah.
Like rap.
Where did you get the fucking red suit from, dog? The burgundy fucking suit, cuz.
Shout out to the red, white, and blue. On,
the thrift store?
Yeah.
Shut up!
Miami, man.
Oh my god, bro.
And I was just like, yo, I'm gonna find
this is it.
I gotta find this suit here. And bro, sure enough, man.
Qué bacano. Chévere.
Got it out there, dog.
Se dieron las cosas.
You know? And it was a wrap. The golf course is the North Miami one.
Oh, okay.
So, man, what's the name of that golf course? I don't know. I don't play fucking golf. But obviously, man. It was pretty bad out there.
Yes.
I was doing pretty bad out there.
That's very cool. Dude. What you got coming? What you got cooking for the audiences now? After this album.
Just gonna promote the podcast a little bit more.
Okay.
We got some dope episodes coming on that.
Okay.
So I just dropped Those Funky Bastards today, and that shit was like a real like. Can't believe I finally got these dudes on here. You know what I mean?
Dope.
It's
dope.
episode 94.
Oh, nice.
94
So you're getting up there. Yeah, you're getting up there. Tell me a little bit about your podcast. What is it that you kind of like? Is it always about hip hop?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all hip hop, bro.
It's all hip hop.
This shit is all hip hop.
Cool.
But now we do steer off in conversations
Okay.
about other shit.
Okay.
You know, but I let it naturally happen. You know.
Dope.
You know, current events might come up every so often because it is
Sure.
what it is.
Sure.
And you know, of course, I'm not gonna be a host that's like, yo, we're not talking about hip hop anymore here, so let's bring it back. You know, like whatever. But because of how my show is set too,
Yeah.
where I'm playing tracks in between, and the tracks are typically like curated for the guest, as you do. It helps the conversation steer itself. And shit,
Okay.
you know
Cool.
what I mean?
Cool. Where can people find you? Let people know where to find you, where to get your podcast, everything.
SoundCloud podcast is where you're gonna find it at. So go on SoundCloud, WDDH Radio. As far as myself, BrassBall09 on Instagram. My YouTube channel is Orion Hip Hop. So yeah, man, I'm gonna put out more tracks, man. Definitely, probably put out more singles and shit. I got a bunch of shit that I can put out now.
Yeah.
That's fire. It's fire shit.
I feel you, man. Sometimes those kind of things are they get complicated up here. Like, you complicate yourself. And,
Not only that, but like, when you put something out, man, you got to put a big energy behind it.
Right.
So, it's like gearing up to do that, and you want to make sure that you're there for that, Because
Definitely.
if I'm dealing with too much outside shit, then if I put this album out now,
you don't give it the attention.
I'm not going to give it its proper attention and energy, you know what I'm saying? It's just going to linger there. It's going to be like an album for waste, Like,
definitely.
Then the material becomes it becomes old because
it's stagnant. During the pandemic, a lot of people, a lot of artists got some work done. Others got blocked. What was your experience during the last year during this whole shitty shit?
Yo, I was cool, man.
Yeah,
I was cool.
God bless.
I mean, well, fuck it, bro. I was obviously worried.
Right.
But after a month or two, I was just like, yo, I'm getting a lot more work done, dog.
Dope.
You know what I mean? I'm home all the time, so I was a machine for a minute.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's very good.
Tracks compiled together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, it's such a pleasure to have you here. I gotta send a big shout out to All the Wicked because he put me on to you. Thank you very much.
Man. Shout out to all, man.
I got so much love for that dude, man. And it's just it's such a great thing to have you here because like I said before, we know so many of the same people.
Yeah.
And we're in the same circles. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that we get to sit down now and make it official and put it on wax, so to speak, to me it's such a pleasure to have you here.
Bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You gotta come do a WDDH. I could come here and record it.
Oh yeah, man.
This
we can do this.
It's great, bro.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks,
that
man.
Tour, bro. Like I was like, damn.
Dagr8fm.
These guys got it like.
Dagr8fm is my home. Like they've believed in me since day one. You know what I'm saying? They prop me up. They're behind me. They're my team. Dagr8fm and Dagr8fm Latino. Like I'm telling you, man, these are great people. These are great people, and they want to see people succeed. You know what I'm saying? They want to be part of people's success, and they enable people to succeed, and that's something that every artist needs. You know what I'm saying? One of the reasons kind of why I do my show and I invite people because I say to myself, well, if I didn't have it coming up, then I should be the thing that breaks that cycle as far as my actions go, right? Because I didn't have nobody like that. But now that we do have this in here, I try to invite people all the time and come through, let's talk about your music, let's just talk, let's have a conversation. You know, even if I disagree sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I disagree with something sometimes, I like to have it here, and I like for us to, like, I went into it with with H and Flaco about the whole, no, the vaccine. The vaccine. We went in and we went on, and like we didn't agree, but it was so dope to have that conversation. You know what I mean? Like without being the problem. We just shook hands and hugged and everything. Wow, see you later. Without that being
the artist that did Orion Esperanza's album cover for me.
Okay.
My dude Dro from Hialeah. Shout out to Dro.
Yeah.
That album cover is people lining up to get vaccinated.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because it's like way ahead of its time.
It was 2008.
Yo, dude.
That vision came to me in 2008, 2007.
Yeah.
And he came to a show and he was just like, yo. Because he was like tremendo Republican.
Really?
About his thing.
Really?
Yeah. But in a good way, bro. Like, he's a very smart guy, bro, when it comes to, like, really breaking down, like, what's going on and shit. Government and all that.
Yeah.
And we would have arguments, be like conspiracy. Like, I'm like a conspiracy theorist nut sometimes and shit. And we would have arguments back and forth endlessly. And even that cover, I was just like, yo,
that shit is deep, bro.
And when I broke it all down,
deep,
and like, and
that shit is deep.
He came to a What They Do show, and he was just like, yo.
That is very cool.
Right post pandemic, you know
right,
what I mean?
Wow.
Like, I'm talking about March, and the pandemic started.
And we're talking 12 years after that.
Yeah.
Right, 12 years after that came out. So wow. Yeah.
That cover did have like double meanings again.
Right.
It was people getting vaccinated, which I'll keep it real. It was supposed to be RFID chips. I didn't fucking think that they were gonna come up with what is it? The mRNA. What was this?
mRNA.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I didn't think that far ahead either.
That's crazy.
I imagine as the RFID chip, and also if you play that album, like the intro is a Cuban poet.
Okay.
And he's talking about what happened the official night that communism grabbed hold of the island and stuff.
Right.
And he's narrating how people heading over here, and it's a really dope part of the record, man.
Nice.
I got that shit on vinyl from
That's
him.
dope. That's dope.
Shout out to the thrift stores on damn, what's that plaza in Hialeah?
Flamingo? The Flamingo Plaza right there, dude. That's like 9th and 10th or something like that. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. So, oh my god!
And that first track is I got a track a verse there about my uncle and how he came here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And what happened to him? He got caught up in this ship, and it was in Greece, and it was
wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's it. That's so dope that you incorporate that into your music. You know what I'm saying? You're like you're putting your roots, your you know what I'm saying, you into that. That's very dope, brother.
Word, man.
Yo, man, thank you so much for being here today. That's it for us. The Bad Guy Show live, Dagr8fmlatino.com every Sunday. You know we do this. We did a little early today to accommodate our guest. But no problem, man. No problem.
I can't miss KRS and Big Daddy Kane.
No problem.
You know
They're doing a versus, right? Yeah. Okay, dude, you rescheduled it for a great reason.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I was just like,
no, you're good. You're good. Thank you so much for being here. Check out Orion. Check out the new album, Domestic Animal Attack. It's out now. It is very dope. So, thank you very much. And y'all already know, man. Stay tuned. We're gonna go out with a little bit of Orion, as a matter of fact. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna do Last MC.
You play Last MC for me.
Estás escuchando The Bad Guy Show.